I, Thor, may lift Mjolnir with ease, but not even I, the great Thor, may lift your mother's fat ass. When Thor begins, we are introduced to, well, Thor, an arrogant prince soon to be crowned the king of Asgard. However, just before he is handed his new and shiny kingdom, frost giants attempt to steal the Casket of Ancient Winters. I'm not making that up. I wonder why they didn't use that name in the movie. But where was I? After the frost giants' attempt goes horribly wrong, Thor becomes enraged and travels to their home to get even. Unfortunately for Thor, Odin, his father, does not condone his actions and punishes him by sending him to Earth and taking away his powers. First off, let me start by saying, oh my Thor, is this movie great. It has everything. Great story, thorough character development, intense action, humor, everything. I've never been a big fan of Thor. He always was just too much of a dumb brute. Kind of like the Hulk, but much cheesier. This movie changed all that. His story captivated me from start to finish and made me realize that there was so much more to his character. Not only that, but the action was also handled amazingly well. The mix of sci-fi and fantasy worked perfectly together. Hammers versus laser beams is awesome. Who would have thought? And the humor. I have never laughed harder at any of the Marvel movies than I have at Thor. Aside from Spider-Man 3, but that was for a different reason. The only negative thing I can think about in the story department is that the characters seemed a little bit overcrowded. However, this is somewhat, not fully, but somewhat, saved by the... Like I said previously, Thor's cast is kinda big. Kinda like Kat Dennings' personality. So I'm gonna focus on the important ones. Starting with, of course, Thor. Thor is played by the great Chris Hemsworth. Thor's character was shown in a whole new light to me through this movie. And while the writing and the direction played a large part in that, so did Hemsworth's portrayal of the character. He made the character entertaining, funny, and badass, all the while growing his character to draw an emotional response by the end of the film. However, Thor could not have been so great without his better half. No, not you, Natalie. I am of course talking about Loki, the god of mischief himself. Tom Hiddleston did an amazing job as Loki, and gave the Marvel Cinematic Universe its really first great villain. Not only does he trick Thor and the others in the movie, he tricks the audience into liking him and believing that there is still some good in it. To this day, I still think that he will have his redemption moment, but in the back of my head, I know that I shouldn't believe that, and it takes a good actor to do that. Two other characters I really enjoyed were Anthony Hopkins as Odin, but I don't really need to explain why he's great, do I?
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
And Idris Elba as Heimdall, who is probably the most badass secondary character in the Marvel movies to date. Other than them, the cast did a good job. However, those are the ones that really stuck with me. Now here is where the movie shines. No, I mean literally. This movie is bright. I'm just glad J.J. Abrams didn't direct this movie, because quite frankly, I enjoy my retinas not being burned out of my skull. All jokes aside, Asgard, while shiny, looked amazing, and really brought the sci-fi and fantasy elements together very well. And this only looked better on Blu-ray. Not to mention, the sound quality was astonishing, and really brought to life the amazing score. The CGI was also great, and never once took me out of the film. The only thing I can say negatively against the presentation department is that Asgard made Earth look really dull, and it's really noticeable because most of the movie is on Earth. Overall, Thor was a great movie. It made me laugh, kept me invested, and made my heart race during every action scene. With its great story, perfect fit of a cast, and a beautiful presentation, I guarantee that you will not be disappointed, and that Thor is easily worth your dollar. Because Thor gets an 8 out of 10.
So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. All the links for those can be found in the description below.
Also, don't forget to subscribe by hitting that big button over there. And while you're at it, why not click that email checkbox so that our videos don't get buried with all the other channels you're subscribed to. I'm Zack.
And I'm Kyle. And we're Battlefront Productions. Really? You mean the subscribe button bigger than us?
Well, it is pretty intense.